Today marks day 28 of the federal government shutdown, and some critical programs are running out of money. Food pantries across North Texas say they're feeling the pressure and the frustration.
And they're not doing something is doing something to millions of Americans. This is where we stand. This is where we are today. Come back next week, it could be nothing on our shelves as well.
The U.S. Agriculture Department says those SNAP benefits will not go out on November 1st, and that impacts more than 3.5 million Texans. Here locally, closer to home, more than 600,000 people rely on SNAP to feed their families. The average Texas household gets $378 a month. And we know that food banks were already stretched thin before this shutdown, and many say they are now bracing for a big surge in need.
Many are worried that they just will not have enough money to keep up. So joining us now, North Texas Food Bank President and CEO Tricia Cunningham. Good morning. Thank you for being here. If the SNAP program is not funded for November, as it is not planned to be, I've heard it will be the greatest example of mass hunger in the U.S. since the Great Depression. Do you think that's a fair description?
I do think it's a fair description because food banks cannot make up that gap. If you just look at the 12 counties that the North Texas Food Bank serves, it's about an $80 million per month in loss of benefits for those individuals that while they will get them on the back end, we know in order to qualify for SNAP, you don't have a safety net. You don't have reserves to dip in. So you can't float the government in order to be able to get those payments later on. So they're going to be turning to food banks and food pantries. And we've already heard from our partner agencies that are out in the communities that they've already seen that start to happen.
I want to talk about what you're currently seeing at the North Texas Food Bank. I know a lot of times there are ebbs and flows over any course of the year. How does this compare to some of the difficulties you guys have seen in years past?
Well, many people don't understand that we are serving needs even higher than the pandemic. We didn't get away from the pandemic-related needs. People saw the long lines that were there during the pandemic when we had that crisis. Well, needs have continued to rise because while unemployment is down, the costs have gone up. Texas is the most food insecure state in the country. And if you look at the Dallas-Fort Worth area, we're the third highest number of people that are experiencing food insecurity behind New York and LA. So we're already serving higher needs than ever with fewer resources from government programs. But now we're going to be taking on additional needs because SNAP is the most efficient way to be able to address hunger. Half of the people that are on SNAP in our community are children. And so these are children that are not going to get benefits. And we already know that there is vulnerability with children and hunger.
What do people need to know as far as where they should go? You mentioned the long lines. We're looking at, just a few days away until November 1. What are you telling people?
Well, number one, if you're the North Texas Food Bank and the Tarrant Area Food Bank serve the DFW Metroplex, go to our websites, ntfb.org, tafb.org, and you can find your nearest food pantry. That's the most effective way to do that. We are ramping up for some special distributions, and we will be reaching out to make sure that those that are impacted by SNAP or the furloughed federal workers have access to know where those distributions will be. But we cannot serve the full need. We can't fill that $80 million gap in our community.
Well, we appreciate your time this morning, and I know we'll be touching base with you in the days to come. Thank you so much.
Thanks so much, Mark and Kara.